Good evening. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series. The week that was college football history review, the 1971 college football season. This is week 11 for the games that were played during November 20th, 1971. This is week 11, so almost coming to a close as far as looking at this regular season of college football 1971. Let's get into it. November 20th, 1971. This is week 11. Here we go. North Carolina shut out Duke 38-0. The Tar Heels crushed in-state rival to capture their first ACC title since 1963, and the second since conference was created in 1953. Tailback Louis Jolly ran 24 times for 159 yards and 3 touchdowns behind offensive line featuring all ACC selections, like center Bob Thornton, guard Ron Rusnak, and tackle Jerry Sane. With stars like tackle Ed Newman, defensive back wide receiver Ernie Jackson, playing two-way most of the season, the Blue Devils did not have sufficient energy to stay with deeper Tar Heels. North Carolina's perfect ACC record was first in school history. North Carolina State beat Clemson 31-23. Tennessee, the 11th team in the country, beat Kentucky 21-7 with time elapsing. Wildcats drove the Tennessee 9-yard line, trailing by 7 before quarterback Bernie Scruggs made pitch out he'd soon regret. Volunteers defensive end Carl Johnson corralled ball and raced to distant end zone to wrap up game at 21-7. Volunteers took a 14-0 halftime lead. A touchdown runs of 26 yards by fullback Kurt Watson with 152 yards rushing, 4 yard by quarterback Jim Maxwell. But Kentucky, which outrushed Volunteers 179 yards to 97 yards, moved ball in the third quarter for a powering lead on fourth and goal by a 1-yard touchdown plunge by fullback Arvell Carroll. Louisiana State beat Notre Dame, the number 7 team in the country. Louisiana State was number 14 in the country. They beat number 7 Notre Dame 28-8. As soon as LSU wide receiver Andy Hamilton caught his third touchdown pass with 20 seconds left, Bayou celebration began because the Tigers routed Irish behind quarterback Burt Jones, a defense that bent but did not break. Jones, starting for the first time since opener, connected with his cousin Hamilton for the first half touchdowns passes of 36 yards and 32 yards. Jones ran for the score in the third quarter that put away Notre Dame, while quarterback Paul Lyons threw the final touchdown pass. LSU's second half touchdowns were first allowed by the Irish in any second half all year. Now, Notre Dame scored in the fourth quarter on LSU defense that had stopped them 3 times on fourth down within LSU 10-yard line. Wide receiver Tom Gatewood's 7-yard touchdown catch. LSU linebacker Warren Capone set up 2 touchdowns with interceptions. Michigan, the number 3 team in the country, defeated Ohio State 10-7. The Buckeyes' attempt to salvage the disappointing season was thwarted by safety Tom Dordan's interception in the second of game that ended Ohio State's last drive. It came on play vehemently protested by Ohio State coach Woody Hayes to referee Jerry Markwright. Michigan remained perfect while Ohio State suffered its third straight loss for the first time since 1966. Michigan had scored on a previous possession as tailback Billy Teller ran in 21 yards for a touchdown, one play after fullback Fritz Seifert converted 4th and 1 with dive over wide right side. Buckeyes had made it 7-3 in the third quarter on touchdown scored on an 85-yard punt return by halfback Tom Campana, whose 166 yards on punt returns outgained Buck's entire offensive output. Northwestern defeated Michigan State, the number 19 team in the country, 28-7. Now the Wildcats repeat their second place Big Ten finish of 1970 with easy win over Michigan State. Northwestern dominated the Spartans at line of scrimmage as Cats tailback Al Robinson outrushed Michigan State, saw halfback Eric Allen 131 yards to 112 yards, and Northwestern fullback Randy Anderson scored 3 short touchdowns. So Big Ten's rule preventing members outside the first place from accepting bowl bids kept Wildcats out of their second bowl ever. They would have to wait until 1994. Colorado, the number 10 team in the country, beat Air Force by a score of 53-17. Buffalo's stampeded Air Force to close out the Noble season as wide receiver Cliff Branch scored twice on a beautiful 34-yard end round and on a 65-yard punt return, while tailback Charlie Davis rushed for 196 yards and 2 touchdowns. Colorado built 27-10 halftime lead as Falcons pulled to within 10 on quarterback Rich Haney's 1-yard quarterback keeper early in the third quarter. Colorado answered that with 26-point exposing to low open game. Southern California, number 15 team in the country, played to a tie against UCLA 7-7. Now the Bruins finished their worst season since 1963 by capitalizing on a short USC punt in third quarter to spring upset tie. UCLA took over at Trojans' 30-yard line after standout defensive end Fred McNeil 12-yard sack pressured Southern California punter Dave Boulware into the 17-yard punt. It took UCLA only 4 plays for halfback Marv Kendricks to crash over from 7-yard line to tie it. The Trojans' tailback Lou Harris had 118 yards on 29 carries, had scored from 2-yard line in the second quarter to provide a 7-0 lead at the end of the 85-yard drive that was started by interception by defensive back Eddie Johnson and featured tailback Manfred Moore's 57-yard gallop as the Bruins went 0 for 8, 4 interceptions in the air. Stanford, the number 18 team in the country, beat California 14-0. Sporting 1-3 home record. Indiana, the Stanford Cardinal surprisingly donned road uniforms for game that clinched Big Pac 8 title. Overpowering performance by Stanford's Thunder Chicken's defensive line made everyone forget about previous home losses at Cal Bears, as Cal Bears were held to a measly 123 yards of total offense. Quarterback Don Bunce was equally overpowering in leading Stanford to easy victory in its second straight Rose Bowl berth. Halfback Jackie Brown rushed for 56 yards and caught 7 passes for 119 yards with 58 yards touchdown coming on a swing pass. He took to pay dirt for Stanford's opening score. Oregon State beat Oregon 30-29. As the Beavers won their 8th straight over in-state rival Ducks, riding broad fullback Dave Schilling, who had a big game, 114 yards on 24 carries, replied for 3 touchdowns. Oregon enjoyed a 14-3 lead as defensive back Bill Drake raced 43 yards for a punt return for a touchdown in the second quarter. Schilling scored 2 touchdowns for a 17-14 lead and made a 24-21 lead after Ducks quarterback Dan Fouts hit short touchdown pass. The winning touchdown for Oregon State came at the end of a 61-yard drive with 1:40 to play as halfback Billy Carlquist ran 6 yards after fake up middle to Schilling. So that concludes a look at week number 11, the games I played on November 20th, 1971. Let's get into the AP polls November 22nd. Nebraska was number 1, Oklahoma number 2, number 3 Alabama, 4 Michigan, 5 Auburn, 6 Penn State, 7 Georgia, Colorado number 8, number 9 was Arizona State, number 10 was Louisiana State, number 11 was Tennessee, number 11 was 12, number 12 was Texas, 13 was Notre Dame, number 14 Toledo, 15 was Houston, Stanford was 16, Arkansas 17, Mississippi number 18, North Carolina number 19, and Washington was number 20 in the AP poll. That concludes a look at the week that was college football history review, the 1971 college football season for week number 11. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. This is week 11 recap of the games that I played on November 20th, 1971. Week 11, do a video of this magnitude tomorrow. Until then, like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. Till then, talk to you soon.